great start to the indoor season for the throw squad. Just how happy have you been with just the progress up and down the team?
Pretty happy with how we've started. We have 3 new freshman guys throwing the weight, 2 of them throwing the shot put. So they've actually kind of exceeded where I thought they'd be at this point. So that's good. As a team, we need to compete better every week, improve. We got to score a little higher, at the conference championships than what we're showing right now. But we're showing some pretty strong performances so far. So everything's heading in the right direction.
What are just some of the other goals maybe you want to see from the group? I mean, obviously the indoor and then carrying over to outdoor.
Well, indoor, you always want to see guys have their personal best at the meets that really count, like the conference championships. Can't always get that in those high-pressure situations. Sometimes it's just best to get a really good throw that's competitive and score some points. So we'd like to see everybody doing their absolute best throw on the day that really counts. Beyond that, we just want to compete well, represent the school well, each other well. And then outdoor, like I said, these freshman kids that have done really well in the shot and in the weight, they're also going to be throwing pretty well in the hammer and the discus outdoor. So we're excited to get those things rolling as soon as the weather clears. We can't even get to the track or the outdoor ring right now. So, those things kind of have to go on the back burner a little bit, do some work indoors, whatever we can. But we're pretty excited about their potential in all those events, outdoors too.
One of your freshmen, I recall, is like a local girl from Valley View, Annika Wilbanks. How, just describe the progress she's made so far.
She's made a lot of progress. She actually didn't throw much in high school at all. It was mostly a volleyball player, basketball as well. She was going to play volleyball somewhere. Her coach at the school left, so she decided to give track a shot. Worked with Dave Rodley, who runs this performance facility here in town. Threw a little bit, saw some potential in her, gave her a chance, thought she could develop into some, something competitive, and she's done really well learning some new events, the hammer and the weight. That's probably going to be what she's best at long term. But she's really great to have on the team. She's got a fantastic work ethic, great attitude. Probably her biggest successes so far for the team have been in recruiting. She's been, spectacular to host incoming recruits on visits and things like that. So yeah, she's been a great person to have on the team.
Got to ask you about Menachem. I mean, just the steps he's made since he's been here, from kind of being on the squad, but now being a conference champion. I mean, describe where his strengths are in the ring, everything like that.
Well, physically, he's kind of a freak. In the weight room, he lifts probably far better than you would think for somebody his size. He's really, really strong, explosive. So those things carry over in the throws. That's really what we do. We move heavy things at a higher rate of speed. So he's good at that. Beyond that, just his personality, his temperament, his leadership. He's on top of things. He's on top of the other guys. The other guys follow him. He's got some magnetism to his personality. So he's just a great guy to have on the team. Really, really dynamic individual, and love having him here.
What was that call like when he gave you a shout and said, "Hey, I have a chance to go Israel bobsled"? What was that conversation like?
Well, coach has to think like a coach, right? So me and Coach Patchell talked, and first thing we think, Arkansas State's paying this scholarship. Well, those are kind of your first priorities, right? And so we had to figure out when those events were being held at the Olympics versus when our conference championships are, which we need. We're trying to win team championships for the men, and he's going to play an important role in that. So once we figured out those dates and realized, it could probably work, we definitely were on board with him doing that. What an experience. We didn't want to be what kept him from being able to compete in the Olympics. But he's able to go do that. He's going to fly directly into where the conference championships are as soon as it's done, and he'll compete one day later. So it's all going to work out. We're really glad that it did work out this way, so that he can really have a chance of a lifetime. If he can do it in another Olympic cycle, great. If he can do it in the Olympics, in the discus one day, that'd be even better. But yeah, it's going to be cool to see him compete.
I mean, for folks that don't know, there's a lot of crossover between track and field athletes going over to the bobsled and the winter sports side. Just, how cool was it just seeing him compete? A brakeman, one of the more dangerous positions in the sled, too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He sent me some videos, a couple of them crashing, so that wasn't too cool. But he's definitely capable of helping that team. Most of the time, I think the American bobsled members have been former sprinters, which makes sense. That's what you're doing. You're pushing that thing as fast as you can. But Menachem is basically a big sprinter. And the things that we do in the throws, a lot of people kind of equate throwers as being big sprinters anyway. So he's got that skill set, power and explosiveness, and looks great pushing that thing. it's fun to watch them. Just want to keep them on the skids and not on the head. You know what I mean?